While it may be cold outside, things are getting toasty warm at Global Voice Broadcasting. Heat up your winter nights with the hottest topics, the hottest celebrities, and today's best music. It's why Global Voice Broadcasting is becoming your 24/7 home for the music and talk you want right now. Discover your favorite shows and music anytime at globalvoicebroadcasting.com.
I highly recommend Ms. Hicks. Her books, her CDs are encouraging.
I bought her book, A Hill to Climb. She's a very inspirational speaker.
And I look forward to one day being able to work with her.
Your power lies within you. Let it loose.
Aspiration, inspiration, motivation, edification, determination. These are the keys of life success, brought to you by none other than award-winning author, motivational lecturer, business consultant, and much more as she gets you aimed to your purpose. And now, ladies and gentlemen, young and elder, from Hollywood to the entire world, here is your host of Aim to Purpose, the radio show, Louise Hicks, along with her co-host, yours truly, Kenan Wesley Mason.
Hello, world. How is everybody today? We are so happy that you've joined us today, and thank you for being loyal supporters of Aim to Purpose, the radio show. Of course, I'm Louise Hicks, your host.
And I am Kenan Wesley Mason, your co-host. And we want to thank you for tuning in. As I say that when we're taking you home here on the Western Hemisphere, we're taking you to work on the Eastern Hemisphere. And it's holiday time.
Yes, it is. And have you gone out and got all those gifts and spent up a lot of money yet? You know, Christmas is Thursday, and then we'll start looking forward to 2015. And guess what? We have a great show for you today. We will be taking you back. We're going to take you forward. We're going to look at 2014 and what has gone on. And now, why don't we get started?
Yes. We can get started first by going to our Aim to Purpose community and entertainment news diva, Miss Shamika Brown.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Hello, friends. Feliz Navidad. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Happy Hanukkah. All that good stuff. Listen, today we are going to spend some time covering the hottest news stories of 2014. I'm going to start with just giving you some background on those things that are really piquing my interest and are still making some headlines. We are going to start with the celebrity leaked photos. Now, that's number 10 on our list. And you'll recall that we had just a breach in security through Apple's iCloud. And this is where, you know, you had celebrities like Jennifer Lawrence and Rihanna who were basically put on blast with nude photos. And we're told that the hackers were able to get in by finding a flaw in the backup system of Apple. So, yeah, you know how these days everything is in the cloud, people. So be careful what you put on your phone.
That's right.
Assume that everything is public,
That's
okay?
Right. That's right.
And so, yeah, what we were looking at was kind of Apple's reply to this. And they said that it really wasn't a breach in their server as much as it was hackers targeting certain celebrities and basically working out different password combinations, username combinations until they just found a leak, so to speak. So if you can imagine, that's a lot of time on your
clouds.
hand.
Just
in the cloud.
think, I used to work in information systems technology. I was a manager for several years, and we didn't know anything about in the clouds. We barely had a 10 megabyte drive. And now we're in the clouds.
Right.
Yes. Well, you know what, Louise, but talk about that. How do you feel like technology has kind of shifted since you were in business?
Oh, my God.
And what are some of the
It has
changes
really shifted. When I started in information technology back in the early 80s, because I worked for Los Angeles County right out of college, and 73, and I was one of the persons to implement the first procedures, a comprehensive training class in the county of Los Angeles. I implemented the first comprehensive training class in the county of Los Angeles. And I tell you, technology has come so far since then. I don't think we even had cell phones at the time.
Right,
we were
right.
using pagers, and probably
And
some of
floppy
you young
disks.
people may not even know what a pager is, huh? Because I
Oh,
think
right.
they're obsolete now. But that's how we communicated, through pagers, and we've come such a long ways since those days, with my coming from the infancy stage of technology, and now here we are. We're putting things in the cloud, so be careful what you put in those
Oh, yeah.
clouds now.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, please be careful, guys. And one of the things that Apple is saying, especially because everybody went out and ran and got the new iPhone, right? I'm not an iPhone user, but I know someone in here is, right?
Yeah.
And so,
I
what are
do
you
have
doing
it.
to kind of make sure that your stuff is safe? Obviously,
And I have an iPhone too, and I've bagged stuff up in the cloud, so I guess I better take it out.
Well, as long
Yeah.
as there's no nude pics, Louise, that's all we need to make sure. Nothing that'll
Right.
compromise.
Oh,
you know.
I won't do any compromising stuff. I talk about that frequently with other people. You
Right.
really have to be careful.
But
Oh,
even
yeah.
with personal
Oh, yeah.
information, it's just better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't use iCloud personally. That's just something. There's apps for everything now.
True.
So it's up to the individual that wants to choose it. I just choose not to. So that's probably the best way you can keep yourself from.
But here's my question, because with a lot of these phones and even with computers, some of this stuff is just installed by default. So,
yeah.
how do you educate, what do you need to do to make sure that that stuff is turned off, you're not opting in, that you're kind of ahead of the game?
Well, you have to know what you're purchasing, and there's. You don't have to buy an Apple, just like you don't have to buy an HTC or Galaxy.
Right.
All of them have their pros and cons.
Sure.
So it's just a matter of preference. And you have to watch yourself on all of them, as far as I'm concerned.
You really do.
Yeah, 'cause I think
all of them
social
are
media-
social media itself.
And to that point, I remember when Facebook started trying to move everybody over to Messenger, like you had to have it on your
Right.
phone in order to access your messages. And I know a lot of my friends and we were just like, nope, we're not doing it. So,
Yeah.
hey, you
I
want to holler
didn't
at
do
me,
it.
text me, or, hit me up on my email. So,
That's right.
yeah, I don't know. I'm just a little nervous about that kind of stuff.
I am
So
too, putting
that
it
is-
on my cell phone.
That's the best way to do it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Okay, so that was number 10, guys. Moving on to number 9, the Sony Entertainment leak. So we're still talking about hackers and leaks and breaches of servers and just all kind of privacy issues. And you know what? Even today, there's still a lot going on. And with the report being released that now North Korea is dealing with some internet problems of their own. So, I mean, obviously, if you haven't heard the story, this is kind of centered around the movie that Sony released or attempted to release called The Interview.
Right.
And, as a result, it just really took a bad turn.
Yeah.
Really, really took a bad turn. And, at this point, Sony, they're still doing some damage control. They've hired real-life Olivia Pope. The woman who, the lawyer who, Scandal is based on. Basically,
Right.
she is now going in and kind of working with the FBI to kind of clean up this PR mess.
That's amazing. And,
And
I hear
so-
they're going to release it at some point in time.
Well, now they're going back and forth, but I think through pressure from other studios and obviously the actual theaters who are saying, you know what, we just can't play this film. It's just too much controversy. I think that they are looking to still try to do it after Christmas. I guess they feel like it's just a sensitive time and that after Christmas will help the situation. But my vote is that send it straight to DVD. People still want to see it, they will. But I think that it's just like really protecting people who are just trying to go see a movie and not really even thinking on those levels.
Yeah. Well, when you do campaigns like this, all it does is add to the hype. So taking it to DVD would be a great idea.
Right.
Because right now you're hyping it as, we're not going to release it into the theaters.
Right.
Because of all the controversy with foreign affairs and foreign policies and leaders of other countries. But release it to DVD.
And now everybody wants to see it. So you probably sell, more DVDs than people may have gone to the movie to watch it.
That's right. That's right.
So here's a statement from North Korea, and I also want to read some updates on a world quote from Obama in regards to the matter. North Korea cites, our toughest counteraction will be boldly taking against the White House, the Pentagon, and the whole U.S. mainland, the cesspool of terrorism. The statement carried by North Korean state media, that's what they're saying. So they pretty much feel like we are public enemy number one.
Oh, yeah.
And then Obama says the hack was an act of cyber vandalism that was very costly and very expensive, but that he does not consider it an act of war. So I think that's very telling to where the U.S. has their stance and how North Korea is seeing something like this.
Oh, yes.
You know, and for most people, they just feel like it's infringement on, you know, your amendment right to free speech and all of that.
Right.
So those are some
Expression
things,
of
right? You're
speech.
supposed to be able to be creative and
This is
and
America.
do whatever, right? And so that's why we continually we push the lines, but only so far. But I think that this time there might be some. Other
And they were
things that we
talking
need to
about
talk
putting them back on the list of suspected terrorists or something like that.
Yeah, well, you know,
So
I
who
think that this
knows?
is only the beginning, and clearly, I'm hoping that North Korea and the U.S. can come to some resolution because we really do not need any
need
issues,
another war.
business
We
or
don't
otherwise,
need another
because
war.
we do a lot of business overseas, and I just hate to see how that comes down the pike.
Oh,
so,
yes.
so yeah, so that's number 9. Number 8 is Bill Cosby.
Uh-oh.
Bill Cosby. We're just going to leave it at there are so many different ways that this news story has spun over the last couple of months. And you can go ahead and comment on this. And then I do have a quote from Camille Cosby that I'd like to share because it's just interesting to see her finally speaking up on the matter.
Yeah, all of this is interesting, and it's been going on now for a little over a month now that there's 26 women total now that we know that have come forward and have made allegations, and 2 of them actually have filed court motions. One, and all of this is public record. You can go online and look it up. One is Tamara Green, filed December 10th, 2014 in the District of Massachusetts, Western Division, 9-page motion, and also Judy Huth filed December 2nd, 2014, Superior Court of Los Angeles, or Superior Court of California, County of Los Angeles, 12 pages filed motion. And there's many other women that have come forward. 2 of them are public figures that we would that most of us would know. One is Beverly Johnson.
Yeah.
Right.
And the other is former model Janice Dickinson.
Wow, it is amazing, but who knows? That's something that's been big news. Like you said, it's the countdown. We're doing 2014, looking back on what has gone on in the year, and we really don't know. So
No one knows.
no one really knows, but I guess the people that were present, if these allegations are really true, no one knows. So
Yeah.
we move forward.
Well, this is what Miss Cosby is saying. She says, "We all followed the story of the article in Rolling Stone. The story was heartbreaking, but ultimately appears to be proved to be untrue." She goes on to say, "Many in the media were quick to link that story to the stories about my husband until that story unwound. None of us will ever want to be in the position of attacking a victim, but the question should be asked, who is the victim?"
Right.
Well,
Right.
as it unfolds,
Right. Who
we
are
will
they?
See.
Yeah. Yeah.
We shall see how that unfolds in 2015.
Yeah, and I'm still kind of keeping my ear close to the streets to find out what else is going on with Mr. Cosby. He had a lot of deals on the table, people.
Right.
And it's just a very inopportune time for
right,
something like this to happen.
right.
The
you know?
timing couldn't be more impeccable.
Okay.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
so, I mean, I could say many things about this particular case, but we move forward
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
number
Forward.
7.
We'll move on. So number 7, the Malaysian Airlines disappearance. Now,
Yeah, where did they go?
Yeah, where did it
When
go?
did that happen?
Two airplanes in Malaysia disappeared all of a sudden.
Was
Out
that-
of nowhere,
That was 2014. I guess I slept on that one a little bit. It seemed like I remember a little bit about it, but very little.
Well, now there was, this is MH17 that we're talking about. Now, this was one that was shot down in July over rural Ukraine. And it was an area controlled by pro-Russian separatists, is what CNN is reporting. And as of today, I think as early as this week, they started finding wreckage and starting to pull stuff together. So you're talking about a long time with this just kind of a big question mark. And so the wreckage will be transported to the Ukrainian city of Kharkiv. And then before it's being sent to the Netherlands. And it just looks like what they're doing is trying to do more research as to why it was shot down. Obviously, that information is not really being released. And it was a total of 298 people on board. Yeah,
That's
so
a lot of
unfortunately.
people, and we don't know what happened.
And it's just a big question mark, and it's just really interesting.
It's a real big question mark.
It's really interesting how
two big 747 or 37 planes can disappear. We know that we have satellites up in space that can look down on your license plate, if possible. And not only that, look at the fly that's crawling on top of that license plate. So if any government wanted to find anything, there are multiple ways that it can be done. We know this through military. We know that there are spying groups out there. It's already been put to the public that our own government's been spying on us. We see cameras everywhere, even at your traffic lights.
Oh, yeah. So it's a lot of stuff going on.
Right.
So we move on to the next one.
Okay, but yeah, that's one news story that obviously
So
still had us saying,
We just move
We
on.
just
Okay.
don't know, but we
Yeah.
probably hear a little bit more about it maybe in 2015 as well. What
Yes.
happened? Maybe we'll find out.
Well, our number 6 spot goes to the border crisis, protecting our borders and the growing leniency on immigration laws. And there's even some talk about Canada and Mexico being joined to the U.S. to create this super country, if you will. I have my theories about why this would benefit the U.S., but I kind of want to throw it out there and see what you guys think about.
Well, Canada, Mexico, and the United States, just like they are in the Eastern Hemisphere, you have what's called the European Union. Here, with these three countries, they call it the North American Union, if I'm not mistaken, or something to that effect, where the leaders of all three countries come together and make decisions on how things are going to be ran.
Right.
You never see any newscast talk about people coming from the north down to America. You're always hearing people coming from the south
Going up, right.
into America.
Right.
Why is that? I mean, because we really do not give people in Canada that much. I mean, you have Canadian entertainers, Justin Bieber. I mean,
Mr. Drake.
Mr. Drake. Yeah, thank you very much. I mean, but they're making a whole lot of money, even internationally. And I just think that there's a stigma with our friends in Southern America that, it's just a very different taste. And as far as immigration is concerned, I mean, look at how many kids. I think they said to date there's been some 60,000 kids that have been allowed to come over here without parents, and teenagers and elementary or grade school children that have been coming over here. And Texas is one state. As a matter of fact, I was in Dallas when one of those I guess what's the best where those mass exoduses started happening. And, everybody was up in arms. And it's very interesting because, in the Bible Belt, people have they don't play when it comes to their country, honey. And they were like, well, wait a minute, where are these people coming from? Who's going to take care of them? My tax dollars, I can barely, blah, blah, blah. The list goes on.
And, Texas was even talking about succeeding from the U.S. at one
they
time.
wanted to be their own country.
And then California was talking about breaking off the North and the South, becoming their own state.
But I think that
so
this really...
it's just a lot going on.
Yeah, I think that this is just really...
Some food for thought. That's
but
for sure.
but it speaks to the how
So who
lax the
knows?
immigration laws, and obviously Obama is to
yeah.
blame for all of this, right?
Yes.
But just people wanting to say, we want to be sovereign and we don't want to have to deal with all the extracurricular activity that's happening across our borders. But
Well, if you want to really know what the part of the immigration of Mexican people into the United States, there's a great book and a movie called Fast Food Nation. If you want to learn what the deal is on why Mexican people are brought over here for almost free labor, watch that movie or read the book. It really gives great insight on how that operation works.
yeah, I think that obviously the United States sees something to gain, and
Oh, yeah. It's about the gain for the few who continues to get wealthy off the masses. That's what it sounds like to me. But
I think that there's also some
knows?
economic issues there that people are really kind of turning a blind eye to.
Of course.
Because there's a lot of trade and things of that nature that come from.
Of course.
But then you have this big issue called the cartel. So you
That
know what I
too.
mean.
That
That's a
too.
whole
Yeah.
nother
That too.
animal that we
That
probably
sure
need
is.
That
2
too.
hours to go over. But I think that if you want to learn more, you can definitely go to the whitehouse.gov and check out what Obama's latest stance on the reform is. And, holler at us on Twitter, too, people. I'd love to hear what you guys think about some of these topics. But we'll move on, and hopefully we'll have some
Where
new
are we,
developments
number
on
five?
in the
Next-
new year.
next
We're moving
topic.
through. Ebola, number 5, the Ebola epidemic. Haven't you noticed that the media just kind of went
it's
dark?
kind of,
Of
yeah,
course.
it's nothing
Of
about
course.
Ebola anymore.
Of
You don't hear
course.
about it. So.
Listen, Linda. What happened to the Ebola? Obama,
That little-
Obama and
listen,
Ebola. What
Linda.
happened? yeah, that was cool
That's that
YouTube.
YouTube
Yes,
little
that
guy.
cute
That's so
little
cute
boy.
when he says, "Listen, Linda."
Linda. But
I
seriously,
think he's
people.
imitating his dad, huh? Listen, Linda.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to spend some time just talking about this, and I did some research on the Centers for Disease Control just to kind of see what information they're putting out, because now the attention has kind of focused back on Africa.
Of course.
Of course.
Yes.
Back on Africa and what's happening there. I know a lot of people were concerned with how it's contracted here in the U.S. What do we need to do? And so there's just a list here. The number one question is, can I get Ebola from eating food? They say the Ebola virus is not spread by consuming food, with the possible exception of bushmeat. Do you guys know what bushmeat is? I saw a video. Bushmeat is wild animals such as bats and monkeys that are cooked over in the African region, of some of those countries over there. And it's like eating chicken for them. But unfortunately, a lot of this meat carries the Ebola virus. And then, has there been a handling of that meat here? No. I don't know. Anybody that's selling bush meat, hopefully not going to start.
Right.
But are there any precautions? And Ken, I kind of want you to jump in here, because as we are going to speak a little bit today about food. And, obviously we can't grow our own. Well, we could grow our own food, but not at mass.
Yeah.
I'm starting to feel like, baby, I need to do that, because
We used to
with
grow our own
chemicals and,
food.
you know what I mean?
We used to grow our own food. So
Yeah,
I've lived a life because we used to grow our own food. We hardly bought anything except pretty much staples, things like flour, sugar, whatever. And sometimes we even had our own sugar.
There you go.
So we've made a lot of stuff, but we only have an hour show here, and we're doing the countdown, so we gotta move forward to see what Ken has to say, and we're gonna move forward to the next one.
First, let's take a quick break first, and then let's come back. I'll talk about Ebola for a minute, and then we can move on to 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then move on to the Our Way Awards. And watch some footage from there.
Had an amazing time.
That's
there.
right.
And then we give you a little sneak preview for next week's show, our final show of the year, and then give you a sneak preview of our January 5th show. So let's take a break, and we'll be right back.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey folks, it's Ken here. If you or someone you know around the world has a small business, organization, or foundation you'd like to share with the Aim to Purpose audience, showcase it here on our segment of the show called Small Business Monday. The opportunities for people around the world to browse, buy, and use your products and services are endless. We pre-screen all businesses, organizations, and foundations for legitimacy, but because this is a free community service brought to our audience, it's at no cost to you as well. You heard it right. It's absolutely free, and you don't have to pay 1 penny. How do you like that? You just come on down to the studio and tell the story of your business, organization, or foundation and give it the praises and accolades you know it deserves. If you're in another part of the state or country, or if you're in another part of the world, you can easily call in or Skype in and do the same. So what are you waiting for? Contact the show's publicist, Shamika Brown, at www.divinebrownmedia.com. She can also be contacted at 1-818-533-8463. Or contact Louise Hicks at www.louisehicks.biz. She can also be contacted at 1-562-310-1495. Allow yourself to be seen by the global masses and allow your business to shine and grow because of the global masses. It's Small Business Monday, courtesy of Aim to Purpose, the radio show.
Hello, world, again. We're back. And we are just giving you the rundown on some of the hot topics for 2014. And we've had an exciting year, 2014. So we're going to allow Shamika Brown of Divine Brown Media, our Aim to Purpose publicist, actually, to go ahead and give us, Ken was going to say a little bit about Ebola, and then we're going to go jump on to number 4.
Well, just real quick, the whole Ebola thing, as you said, it has died down tremendously, which seems to happen with all of a sudden illnesses that we get to see, whether it's bird flu, swine flu, or any other thing that we, any other disease that just happens to pop up out of nowhere. So just be aware. Stay healthy, watch yourself, and then we'll just move on to the next one.
All right, sounds good. Well, number 4 on our list is the Islamic State. We have news coming out of, I believe this is Syria. Speaking from the U.S.-led coalition aimed a new series of airstrikes at the Islamic State group targets Sunday, and it was 13 airstrikes according to the Defense Department. This comes on the heels of an announcement that 1,300 more U.S. troops are headed to Iraq next month to train to operate in Iraq. Their mission will be to train, advise, and assist Iraqi security forces. This is from Administrator John Kirby from the Pentagon. This deployment is part of an additional 1,500 troops that the president has authorized in November. According to the statement, destruction of ISIS targets in Syria and Iraq further limits the terrorist operations. So we are going to keep you up to date on that one because obviously that's very serious, and we definitely want to know what's happening overseas and how this affects all of us here at home.
Yes.
Oh, the countdown continues.
Mm-hmm. And so, number 3, domestic violence. This was a hot news item surrounding the NFL primarily. Our players of color seem to be a direct target, and just wanted to kind of throw it out there. And obviously, this is another thing that has kind of died down with Adrian Peterson being, didn't he just get back on? Didn't somebody just pick him up again?
I can't.
I apologize. I don't have that information, but I did see where either he has been picked up by a league or he is in talks to. So it seems like you have this passive aggressive thing going on, with news, and had it not been kind of put out there, we may have not
yeah.
seeing any too much of an issue at all for him or any of the
And
other
we did a
players.
show on domestic
We did.
violence as
Yes, we
well.
did.
So
Yeah.
we probably will do one next year around that annual time. So we gonna move forward to number 2.
Okay, number 2, Obamacare.
What about it?
Well, it looks like the GOP has their eyes on a budget reconciliation in the Obamacare battle. Some Republicans on Capitol Hill are talking about using the budget reconciliation process in an effort to repeal Obamacare. And so the deadline just passed for most people if you wanted to go ahead and sign up for health care. But the Republicans are saying, excuse me, can't talk. Take the bill that the Democrats passed and you run reverse. You get rid of it wholesale. And this is Douglas Holtz-Eakin, the former Congressional Budget Office director, who said that. This is a constant issue, definitely for the American people, especially with businesses who, are trying to provide some type of benefits for their clients. People trying to just go ahead and get health care. So it's going to be interesting to see
It will be
what happens
interesting
next
because
year.
they've been appealing it ever since I think it was implemented.
Right. It's like they just do not want to see it work. So
We
Yeah.
will see.
No happy
It's
medium
benefiting
yet.
some, and I guess it's not benefiting others. But that's life. Most things I believe that are implemented, they benefit some, and some not so much others. So
exactly. So we're going to move
what's
on.
the next one?
And number
yeah,
one
yeah.
is Ferguson. Hashtag Ferguson. This was obviously, I think, on everyone's mind as you talk about race relations and, all of the protests that were happening around the nation and some even internationally. And one thing that I want to say about it is, especially after 2 police officers were just recently shot in New York. The mayor who put out a release saying, it's just really a time for people to mourn. We need to back off, let these officers and their, obviously the families of the officers, let them have their time. He's calling for no protests in New York City until after the new year. So really interesting stance. I'm hearing that a lot of police actually of the New York City Department turned their back on him because they felt like he was not in their corner when it came to the entire matter.
Well, I think what he was doing is an attempt to bring everyone together, and
Yes.
to go out and kill 2 cops. I don't agree with that. I mean, I'm not in on all of that kind of killings. We need to stop the violence.
We do. I think enough is enough.
Enough is enough. And the gentleman that killed the 2 police, it was really an ambush. He turns and kills himself as well. Enough of the killing. And also there was a young black teenager, 15 years old, an honor student, that was gunned down by another black teenager. Only 17 years old in Chicago, and I understand they caught this the 17-year-old that gunned him down. So, I mean, we gotta stop, and collectively as black people too, we have to take a look at ourselves and what we're doing in the community.
Right.
Because
there's always going to be a question of that black on black
Absolutely.
crime versus what the police are doing. And I think everyone has a responsibility to each other, to your fellow man. Like, seriously, we're going
Yes.
into a new year and we may not get everything right, but the respect and just drawing the line on certain things, I think, is kind of a start, and then you have people like Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton that are going to continue to kind of be at the forefront.
Well,
but
why
it's
aren't
really
they
about
at the forefront on these killings in Chicago.
I was just going to say it
Well,
is
go
about
ahead.
what you're doing in your community. That was just my point. Now that the protests have kind of gone long, I think people are starting to raise their voice and rally. Continue to do that, but it really starts in the community and working around these issues.
Starts at home. We were raised in the situation in our family that charity starts at home, meaning that you start to raise your children.
Yeah.
And this is not just along an ethnicity line. This is along everybody's line. People need to raise their children with morals and values.
That's right.
And we've gotten far away from that. And that's within all ethnicities. It's not just the black, the Mexican, the Asian, the white. This is everybody.
Right.
We are going to have to get a handle on how we are raising our children. And until we do that, we're going to continue to have a lot of this chaos. we were in the day that when I was a kid coming up, we could leave our house and just walk out and leave your door wide open. Nobody would go in and take anything. Of course, we're talking in the 50s and the 60s.
Can't do that now. The devil is a lie.
Yeah.
You know good and well if you leave your door open.
That's
Something
right.
just might happen.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
But thank you for that comment, Louise, because I think it's true. And obviously times have changed and we do need to adapt. But here's to hoping that we get it right this upcoming year.
Because two wrongs don't make a right. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So here we are. That was our number one news story of 2014.
Yes.
And some heavy stuff, guys.
Yes,
But we got through it.
We got through it with the Eric Gardner and the Ferguson. Both of those were pretty much kind of like on an even kill, I guess, with both stories.
And I wish we did have more time. We have to go to, the goal is to get to a 2-hour show sometime next year, if at all possible. There's a slew of things that I could say about all of these topics, but we're done.
Yeah, basically, the domestic violence, just one quick on that. That basically started with the Rice case, with the, it didn't really start, I think, with the Adrian Peterson case with his child.
Correct.
It really started with the football player Rice prior, with him dragging the wife out of the elevator. But like I said, we've done shows on pretty much everything we've touched on with the 10 basic hot topics of the year 2014, and you can always go to Aim to Purpose Radio and look at some of the interviews.
That's
and
right.
you will see what's going on.
That's right.
And we got to move
Please.
forward.
Yes, and so that kind of ends, because I've got entertainment and community news all mashed up in there. But I do want to mention our last show of the year coming up on Monday.
Yes.
And we are going to have the fabulous Sharon Bull. She is a motivational speaker, inspirational writer, and poet. You guys, you have to check this show out. She is absolutely amazing. And as always, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And, we just want to kind of leave on a good note.
That's
this
year.
Year.
And we
I think this
will.
is the perfect way to do
With
so.
Sharon Bull.
Yes.
She's what I would call a phenomenal woman.
Yes.
Yes.
So check
So
that
definitely
out, guys.
tune in
And
next
we're going
week.
across the waters to speak with Sharon because she's in the UK, and her website is quickly www.smtonitony.co.uk, and it's on the promo card there
Yes,
as
you
well.
see it on the screen right
So
there.
check her out so you'll be prepared for Monday, December 29th, our last show of the year.
Please do that, guys. And are we taking another break? Come back, or are we going to jump into?
You want to go ahead and jump into the
Let's go
Our Way
ahead and jump
Awards?
into the red carpet.
Okay. All right.
Well, how do you want me to just go ahead and show the this little clip here of the Our Way Awards and
Let Shamika tell a little bit.
Yeah, I'll give you guys some
preview, and then we'll jump into the red carpet.
Yeah, I'll give you guys a backstory. On the 12th, I believe that was, of this month, Louise and I attended the RA Awards, which stands for American Riviera Women Entrepreneur of the Year Awards. And I know that's a long title, but trust me, yes, we had a good time.
Yeah.
And shout out to Antonio Gelini and Tia Walker and Dorian Silverberg for just putting on an amazing event. They honored women entrepreneurs who are doing amazing stuff in the community. And we have some exclusive
Family
coverage.
Film Awards.
Yes, and the Family Film Awards and the Olympia Awards is going to be coming up in 2015.
Right.
So we will be in the building for that as well. But we just wanted to kind of show you guys some exclusive
And the Family
coverage.
Film Award, the founder is
Antonio Gelini.
Antonio Gelini, and the executive director of the Our Way Awards is
Miss Tia Walker. So,
and we just wanted to share with you how our expert Shamika handled the red carpet. I was on it too. Of course, I
give her all the credit.
I give her all the credit because I'm there too. But let's.
Now, are we
let's
showing
check
the presentation
Let's go
clip
with the-
first or
with
the
the red
awards
carpet.
clip
We're gonna go with
first?
the red carpet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Louise Hicks of Aim to Purpose, the radio show. We are here live this morning at the Universal Hilton Hotel for the Are We Awards.
Good morning, sir. We'd love to go ahead and get an interview with you this
It's an honor.
morning.
It's an honor. Thank
Okay,
you.
so I'm Shamika with Aim to Purpose, the radio show, and this is our host of the show, Louise Hicks.
And so just introduce yourself and tell us about today's presentation, the award ceremony, and what it means to you.
Good morning. My name is Antonio Giolini. I'm a founder of Family Film Award for CBA Channel 2, and I'm a founder of Olympic Art, 7 Art of the World for United Nations. In 29 years of my life, I always believe we have to bring the woman in our life.
That's right.
And thank you. And I believe tonight is very shiny. I have a very great with Ms. Tia Walker. She's very my heart and executive. And my dear Doran, she's here with us, Mr. Nat. And it's a teamwork. It's just a time for changing to I have gratitude for people. It's just it's a dream. One dream can change the world.
I love it. So tell us about the new year coming up.
I'm speechless because I come from London, from Japan, from China, everywhere. This is beautiful, our culture. We have to introduce one culture to another culture. The success of me is not me. Diversity of my country, the people from Jewish, from Baha'i, from Armenian, from who believe or not, they are together. We make a life different for everyone. Dick Clark, God bless, is not with me. It's such an honor. He says something that was put on my shoulder. Say, I done everything for this country, but Antonio Giolini is a founder of the Family Film Award.
It's really a blessing with God's to have sent Antonio to this world to carry on his mission of peace, love, and harmony, and unite all the people of the world together. He's really a gentleman, kind, considerate, and a peacemaker. He's been traveling throughout the world to bring people of all diverse backgrounds together and make sure that this world become a better place for all of us, especially for our children.
What is your name again and your role?
Dorian Silverberg. I'm the CEO of Brand Polished. It's a marketing and design firm, and we are Mr. Giolini's marketing team.
Why don't you give us some information about the event?
Absolutely. So today is obviously about honoring women and most importantly honoring the Family Film Awards and bringing back family. So today we're hoping to, just sort of spread that message, bringing family close together, really honoring the people who go out of their way to entertain the family, which is difficult to do, and to honor this great man, Antonio Giolini, who's had this amazing passion and, this message for quite some time and really just bringing that out there. So that's our goal today.
What an awesome goal, and we are so pleased to be here to help you to honor these wonderful, awesome people. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Hello, everyone. This is Mika the Diva coming to you live from the Universal City Hilton for the RA Awards. We have Eslam Shams, excuse me.
I'm a lot of shams.
And he is the host for today's awards presentation. We'd like to hear from him on just his involvement today. How are you today,
I feel
sir?
so good when you're scratching my back with this. A microphone.
Yes.
Come bring me your softness. Comfort me through all this madness. Woman, don't you know with you... Oh, I'm sorry. Wrong show. I thought we were at the BET Award.
Oh, stop it. Okay, so tell us why you're here today.
Why I'm here, I heard there's great breakfast. You look at my bill. No, I'm kidding. I'm here to help out with this Family Awards, chaired and founder and chaired by Antonio Giolini, a great friend of mine. And it's nice to see somebody taking step towards promoting G and PG-rated movies where you don't have to shoot, you don't have to kill, you don't have to have sex and all that nasty stuff that sells tickets nowadays. We need to get back to the family values, and that's what Antonio Giolini is doing, the chairman and the founder of the Olympia Art Institute and Family Film Awards. It is a great pleasure for me to be here, and I hope I can bring laughter to everyone's faces, especially this early in the morning. Hey, you know what? My name is Islam. I start with a big bang.
Hi. Again, I'm Louise Hicks of Aim to Purpose, the radio show, and I'm here with Dr. Maria Sims. And Dr. Sims, tell us a little bit about why you're here today.
Yes, I'm here to support my dear friend Antonio Cellini, which know each other for many, many years in the endeavor of World Film Awards and Family Film Awards and all what his dreams were. So I am also myself defender of human rights and women, children. So here is my dearest friend.
Hey guys, it's Mika the Diva again, and we are here with Michelle Sims at the ARI Awards, and she's going to tell us a little bit about why she's here today.
Well, I'm here in support of not only Antonio Cellini, but my mother, Maria Sims, who I think you just interviewed a few moments ago. And I wanted to say I'm here as well, not only to support the ARI Awards, but as well the World Film Institute, which we have been involved with for a number of years, and I'm very happy to see it once again grow and hopefully become a worldwide success and something that everybody is familiar with, as we are today, with whether it be the AFI or whatever it may be today. So I hope that at one point the WFI will be just as big as well.
We hope so. We're going to be rooting for you.
I hope so.
Now, I just want to hear from you. First of all, who are you wearing? Because we love this suit today.
Oh, well, thank you. It's David Hayes. But
yes,
thank
honey,
you.
She's giving us life on this carpet, honey.
Thank you.
And we just want to ask you, for the holidays, it's a beautiful time of year. What's important to you for the holidays? Is it family, travel? What do you know? Obviously, your mother.
Of course, family. Family. I do not have a very large family, so I really appreciate the small family I do. Yes. I try to keep it very close-knit, and in the end, it's only family and our health, which is very important. So health is a big thing, too.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
And congratulations again, Antonio.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Louise Hicks here again of Aim to Purpose, the radio show, and I'm here with Jay, and I'm going to ask Jay a few questions as we are here honoring the nominees and recipients of the ARWI Awards.
I'm Jay Somaratna. I'm the International Coordinator of the Family Film Awards, and I would like to introduce my beloved friend and Honorable Antonio Cellini, who had created a great concept to help the human life on film industry, dancing, acting, and music.
Hi, Louise Hicks here again of Aim to Purpose, the radio show, and I'm here with the lovely Elena Berman, who is a nominee today at the ARWI Awards. Elena Berman, you are wearing St. John today, and you look awfully beautiful today, and we're already known to you because you've been a guest on Aim to Purpose, the radio show. So, yes, what are you going to do for the holidays? Share a little bit about that for us.
Actually, I'm going to have a friend who will fly from Europe, from my town, and we're going to have such a condensed program. We will go in Las Vegas, we will go in Disneyland, we will have a wonderful meetings in my home with my friends. Maybe you will show up, I don't know. It would be wonderful.
Now, what does it mean to you to be nominated, and what are you nominated for today?
It means for me a lot, because when you recognize somebody, means you're doing something right. So if somebody noticed me in this world, means I'm doing something right, and I'm happy to share all my experience.
We'd like to thank you, Elena, for coming forward and sharing with us. Any final thoughts?
I wish for everybody wonderful holidays. I wish you love and success. Thank you very much.
And we know we all need love, and thank you so much, Elena.
I'm Elena Berman, and you're watching Aim to Purpose TV.
Hello again, I'm Louise Hicks of Aim to Purpose, the radio show, and I'm here with Kathy Eldon. Well, Kathy, how does it feel to be nominated for this prestigious award today?
Deeply honored, really. I run a foundation which is dedicated to celebrating creative activists, people like you who are using media and the arts for social impact.
That is awesome, Kathy. Now, your foundation is...
It's a global organization. We have currently 75 projects and productions on 5 continents, and we last year reckon we impacted maybe 100 million people. So we're very excited about what we're doing. We're focusing on people using art, music, dance, drama, and mostly film to really tell stories that need to be told about problems that need to be solved.
And as you all know, we have lots of problems across the world that need to be solved. And we are all here in this together, and we're making it happen. Thank you so much, Kathy, for coming forward to speak with us.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Louise.
Hello again, Louise Hicks of Aim to Purpose, the radio show, and I'm here with Anna Heat. And I'm so delighted to be here because she's so gorgeous in this outfit she's wearing. And first, let me ask you, Anna Heat, what are you wearing by whom? This is gorgeous.
Well, this is my own design, and it's been the first winner for Italian and Canadian Embassy 1999. So this design is for, I don't know how many years ago, 14 years ago? My math is good, but and so I'm here for Family Film Awards, and I'm so happy to be here, a part of something which is giving a lot of value and a lot of foundation to families and making the world a better place. Thank you so very much for your time. I appreciate it.
And thank you, Anna Heat, because love is what makes the world go around, and love will conquer all. Thank you so much. And you are a presenter, you said, right?
Yeah, no, I'm actually going to be one of those people who are going to be introduced for my designs.
Hi, this is Tia Walker, and you are watching Aim to Purpose TV.
Hello again, I'm Louise Hicks, the host of Aim to Purpose, the radio show, and I'm here with Tia Walker. We're just having an exciting time here. And Tia, I know you spoke with our publicist of Aim to Purpose Radio earlier, but why don't we just get you to just say just a few more words? You are such an awesome person, and you're doing such an awesome thing for our community.
Wow, thank you so much. It's an honor to be here with you and to be here with all these other amazing women and people who are celebrating family, we're celebrating community, and the Our Way Awards are really an award that is near and dear to my heart. I didn't plan on putting these awards together. They really came to me out of just listening to community and saying, gosh, you know what, I've been meeting some incredible women all over the globe. Why don't we take the time out and honor and celebrate each other? And the really amazing side of that is that when women get together, magic happens. So the magic that's happened is that women are co-creating, partnering together, and doing some really incredible things.
And indeed, it is magic. And we'd like to give you an invitation and extend it to come on the show, okay?
Oh, thank you. I'd love to. Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Louise. And pretty much, we're going to have the Red Carpet Awards out on social media, and I'll let Shamika share with you about that.
Yes. So obviously you can find Aim to Purpose on YouTube and on Twitter and Facebook. Everything at Aim to Purpose. So we will definitely have the full interviews as well as the awards presentation on our YouTube page.
Yes.
Yes.
And it'll also be on the website, louisehicks.biz. So definitely check her out because there's a lot of good stuff on there. You can learn how to get your life together from Mama Lou.
That's right.
And, you know,
that's
guys.
What they call me, Mama Lou. And we'd like to give a shout out to Video Makers World, Tracy Walker,
yes,
for
thank you
that
so much, Tracy.
awesome video, how he put it all together because he was our videographer for the Our Way Awards. And we'd like to thank Tracy
Tracy's
Walker.
awesome. As a matter of fact, he was the exclusive videographer, truth be told. So he did an amazing coverage. So definitely check that out, guys. And we want to hear your comments. And thank you so much for your support.
That's
so
videomakersworld.com in case you need Tracy Walker to do any
videography
for you.
Yeah, that information will also be at Louise's website, so we make sure we provide that. So we've only got a few minutes left in the broadcast, guys.
Yes, we do.
And that went fast. I agree with you, Ken.
Yes.
We need 2 hours because
Yeah.
we have a lot of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about. And moving into 2015, real quick, are we going to have time to show this quick clip?
Yeah, we're going to move into 2015 because we're going to have a special guest. Dr. Caldwell Esseston will be with us on January 5th. And we know everybody's talking about getting healthy. That's one of our primary resolutions everybody talk about. And there's this Forks Over Knives, this dynamic documentary, and we're going to be talking with Dr.
Esselstyn. He's one of the featured doctors. So let's give you a little bit about Forks Over Knives real quickly so you'll see what's coming January 5th.
Yes.
Yay.
This could be the first generation of children in the United States that lives less than its parents.
I got 2 pills I take for my diabetes, then I got 1 for cholesterol, high blood pressure, and then I take Byetta, which is an injectable.
I'm getting really shaky and I'm sick and I'm fatigued, and that's when they diagnosed me with hypertension and diabetes.
Obesity, diabetes, heart disease, high blood pressure cost this country more than $120 billion each year.
People are saying, you're crazy. You're a cancer patient. You should be resting. Doctors told me this.
When I had the second heart attack, the doctor said I should prepare for death.
Heart disease is an absolutely toothless paper tiger that need never ever exist.
People who were raised in Japan, the Philippines, Korea, China, never had heart disease, prostate cancer, colon cancer, breast cancer, rheumatoid arthritis, multiple sclerosis.
This is the atlas of cancer mortality in China.
Virtually, the Western diet was non-existent. They had no animal products. They had no dairy, no meat.
We learned that we could turn on and turn off cancer growth just by adjusting the level of intake of that protein.
I knew at that point what caused most diseases.
Our national authorities are simply excluding this concept in order to protect the status quo.
With the Western diet, there are going to be 500,000 people in this country this year who will have to have the front half of their body divided, their heart exposed. Some people would call that extreme.
I know of nothing else in medicine that can come close to what a plant-based diet can do.
If you go through life thinking that what happens to you from a health perspective is based on your genes, you're a helpless victim.
I've reversed the diabetes. The diabetes is not coming back.
I just can't understand what it's done to change my life.
Diet is so much more important than anybody ever thought.
To me, the answer is so simple, it's criminal. And it's just people starting to take responsibility for their health and starting to eat more plant-based foods. It's that simple.
Over Knives.
Heavy stuff.
That's going to be truly heavy stuff. And we are just about out of time here.
Yes, we are.
And we are just going to close out the show on a happy note. And we want you to be sure and tune in next week. And we wish everybody a Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy Hanukkah.
Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you choose to
whatever
participate
you
in.
choose. Absolutely. And we'll have a final thought from Shamika and Kenan, and we'll close out the show today. And we'll see you next Monday on the 29th.
Okay. Well, as I said at the top of the hour, happy holidays to everyone. And I'm just praying for peace and blessings, miracles and blessings, honey, favor and all that good stuff in the new year. And we truly thank you for your support and hope that you will join us in 2015 because it is going to be dynamic. We're only getting better. Trust me on this, honey.
Yes. The show is getting
See
bigger.
y'all. Happy New Year.
The show is getting bigger and better. And we want to invite all of you to tune in every week, including starting in 2015. And with that being said, I will finish the show by saying your power lies within you. Let it loose.
Let it loose.
Let it loose.
Bye, y'all.